Caitlin Clark is absolutely furious, and this time, she's not staying quiet. In a dramatic and controversial moment during the heated matchup between the Indiana Fever and the Seattle Storm, Clark exploded after a blatant dirty hit was delivered to her teammates Sophie Cunningham, and the referees? They just stood there. They did nothing. This is the latest in a growing list of WNBA officiating controversies, and fans have had enough. Caitlin Clark's reaction, the lack of accountability from the league, and the brewing tensions across the WNBA are setting the stage for a league-shifting firestorm. Let's break down exactly what happened, why Caitlin Clark is furious, and how the league's silence is sending a dangerous message. It all went down in the third quarter of what was shaping up to be a physical and emotional game between the Indiana Fever and the Seattle Storm. The Fever were rolling. Caitlin Clark had already hit several deep threes. Sophie Cunningham was locked in defensively, setting hard screens, hustling on every play, and doing what she does best, bringing energy and toughness. Then came the moment. Sophie Cunningham, chasing a loose ball near the sideline, suddenly took a cheap shot. An elbow directly to her midsection from a Storm player who clearly stepped out of bounds to deliver it. The cameras caught it. The bench saw it. And Caitlin Clark? Clark immediately sprinted toward Cunningham, helped her up, and began shouting at the referee. Not asking, but demanding an explanation. How was that not a flagrant foul? How was that not anything? Sophie was clearly shaken, grabbing her ribs, grimacing in pain. But what did the refs do? They blew the whistle and called nothing. No foul, no review, no explanation. Caitlin Clark isn't known for being soft-spoken on the court. She's a competitor. She's emotional. And when she feels injustice, she doesn't hold back. After seeing Sophie get hit with that cheap shot, Clark's demeanor completely changed. Gone was the smiling, hyped-up playmaker, and in her place was a fired-up leader demanding respect for her teammates. You could see her yell toward the refs. "That's a dirty hit. You have to call that." She gestured in disbelief, clearly asking for a flagrant review. Even Fever head coach Christy Sides walked onto the court, pleading for an explanation. To no avail. And when nothing was called, Clark didn't stop. She walked right up to the Storm player responsible and gave them a stare that said everything. This wasn't about drama. This was about protection, about standing up for a teammate who was left vulnerable by the officials. And the crowd? They erupted, booing the refs with full force. And social media was on fire within minutes. Sophie Cunningham is no stranger to physical play. She thrives in it. She's built a reputation in the league as a tough, no-nonsense competitor who never backs down from a challenge. And that's exactly what she showed after the hit. Despite holding her ribs and clearly in pain, Sophie shook it off, waved off the trainers, and checked herself back into the game within minutes. That's what leaders do. And Caitlin Clark made sure everyone saw that too. Between plays, you could see her walk over to Sophie, give her a fist bump, and say something to the effect of, "I got you." This wasn't just about basketball anymore. It was about unity, accountability, and standing together when the league won't protect its players. Let's talk about the real issue here, the WNBA officiating. This isn't the first time the referees have been criticized for letting physical, even dangerous plays slide, especially when it comes to the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark's squad. But this time, it wasn't Clark who took the hit. It was Sophie Cunningham. And still, nothing was done. This raises serious questions. Are the refs losing control of the games? Are they afraid to hand out flagrant fouls when the cameras are rolling? Or worse, are they trying to let physical play go too far in order to make a statement? Whatever the reason, the result is the same. Player safety is being ignored, and fans from all teams are starting to speak up. The refs missed a clear, dirty hit, and Caitlin Clark was right to be furious. Several analysts pointed out the double standard. If a star player like Brianna Stewart or Aya Wilson had taken that hit, you can bet it would have been reviewed instantly. But because it was Sophie Cunningham, a hard-nosed player not known for flopping or drawing attention, it was ignored. Fans were just as outraged. Comments poured in. Sophie takes a dirty elbow, and nobody even looks at the replay? Disgraceful. Caitlin Clark stood up for her teammate like a real leader. Refs should be ashamed. If the WNBA wants to grow its audience, this can't happen. Stars need to be protected. And they're right. This league is growing faster than ever. But if players like Cunningham can be targeted without consequence, what message does that send? After the game, reporters immediately asked Caitlin Clark about the hit on Sophie. Her response? "That's my teammate. She took a really hard hit, and there was no call." That's not okay. You want the game to be physical. That's fine, but there's a line. And today, it got crossed. Clark didn't call out the refs directly. She didn't name names. But the message was clear. She was furious, and she was calling for accountability, without needing to raise her voice. Sophie Cunningham, for her part, brushed it off. It's basketball. It gets physical. I'm good, but I appreciate Caitlin for always having my back. Caitlin Clark has already taken multiple hard fouls, elbows, and even flagrant-level contact with little to no response from officials. Now Sophie Cunningham gets hit? Clearly off ball, with intent, and again no call. Is this part of a broader targeting of the Fever? Some fans think so. Others think the refs are simply overwhelmed with the league's growing spotlight. Either way, it's a problem, because when teams start to feel like the refs won't protect them, that's when players take matters into their own hands. And that's when things escalate, fast. And here's perhaps the most troubling part. The WNBA has remained silent. No post-game statements. No review announcements. No indication that the hit on Sophie Cunningham will even be looked at. That silence speaks volumes. In a league fighting for viewership, sponsorships, and mainstream respect, how can you afford to ignore moments like this? This wasn't just a foul. This was a message. And the league refusing to respond sends another one. If the WNBA wants to protect its stars, its role players, and its future, it needs to act. So what happens next? The Indiana Fever have proven they're not afraid to stand up for each other. Caitlin Clark is showing the world she's more than a scorer. She's a true leader. And Sophie Cunningham just sent a message that she's not going anywhere. Caitlin Clark was furious, and rightfully so. Sophie Cunningham took a dirty hit, and the referees did absolutely nothing. But what they didn't do might have just lit a fire in the Indiana Fever that no team in the WNBA is ready to deal with. And if the refs won't protect them, they'll protect each other. What did you think of the hit? Should the player who delivered it face suspension? And do you think the WNBA is doing enough to protect its athletes? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more updates.